What's going on, guys? I am super stoked to announce that the official Stoke Squad goggles created by Zipline are now available for purchase. I honestly never really thought that I would see the day where we would have Stoke Squad on the side of a goggle here, but humbled, grateful, and just really thankful for the opportunity and just all the support that you guys have shown over the years to essentially allow something like this to happen. So for those who don't know, I've actually been kind of unofficially working with Zipline since 2016. I was introduced to their poles and their goggles because at the time they were kind of partnered with the Park City Mogul team and the US team and stuff like that for a lot of the mogul skiers. And so my dad, Joe, who skis with the mogul team, had kind of a connection into Zipline. And so I just started using their gear just because Joe had it. But over time, as I was skiing in Colorado and I started making more videos, and then ultimately the channel started growing, I was able to sort of have a more intimate relationship with Zipline. And honestly, Chuck, who is really the owner operator of the entire business, it's a very, very small company. And so ever since then, I started to become a little bit more invested in the Zipline company, not literally, but just, a little bit more like affiliate type deal with Zipline. For me, it's just something that not only do I think is excellent gear, a relationship that I've been able to foster and actually grow with me here on the channel. So I'm excited to finally, after teasing them last week, announce this Stoke Squad goggle. Now, what is the goggle? This is the Zipline Podium XT frame that I've been using for, I think, 3 years now. There's been different renditions throughout the years, one over the other, but in my opinion, this is the most refined and just best podium that they've made. So we've taken that frame and been able to apply our Stoke Squad branding and imaging on it to create the Stoke Squad goggle. But it really is based off the same Zipline podium frame, magnetic lenses, all that sort of good stuff. The goggle is available in both white and in black. So if white's your fancy, which it kind of is for me, I just like the white goggle a little bit better, or black, we have made them in both colors. Now, this is by no means any sort of innovative technology at this point, but the best part about the podiums that I like is it's just a simple magnetic lens system. There's just a bunch of magnets around the frame and on the lens, and then boom, you can just snap them back in. I remember, 15 years ago, you would have to get multiple pairs of goggles if you wanted different lenses because it was just such a hassle to change the lens. So the best thing about these, it's super easy to pop them out. Maybe it's overcast in the morning, sunny in the afternoon. You can bring another pair of lenses with you, boom, pop them in, and now you have, with a Zipline, they have over 10 different types of lenses. So they have a little bit of everything for visibility and VLT, which I'll get into in a little bit later. But the best feature really is the magnetic lens system. They're also just really comfortable. I never have any fog issues. I know people ask me all the time. I was trying to put them on, but I was like, this doesn't make sense without a helmet on. But I never have any fog issues. I even wear my gaiter like up over my nose and put these over it. And yeah, I don't know what Chuck does with these goggles, but I really just never had an issue over the years. I mean, no goggle is perfect. I don't want to sit here and tell you that this is the best goggle ever and buy it because, one, I've used every goggle there is out there, and two, I'm sure like the very highly priced other goggles are sick. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and deny that, but I think for the price point with these, for the sort of average recreational resort skier, I've just had nothing but good times with these goggles, and I'm just stoked. I mean, it's got Stoke Squad on it, so they come in white and they also come in black, and they are available on ziplineski.com. What's really great about what Chuck did with the Stoke Squad release is that I know that there might be some of you guys who have purchased the Podium XT before and already have a pair of Zipline goggles, and so I didn't want to make you guys have to kind of rebuy the whole package. So when you go to purchase the Stoke Squad goggles, it'll first ask you what color frame do you want. So if you already have lenses and you just want to pick up a frame, we now just sell the frame, which isn't something that Zipline usually offers. You typically have to buy the frame and a lens, right? So if you have lenses, you can just pick up either a white or black frame. But if you need the whole shebang, we can kind of build our own Zipline goggle. It'll ask you what type of lenses do you want to add to your frame. Not to mention that every goggle you will get a zipline goggle case, which is pretty cool. But I feel like almost every lens that Zipline sells, and I've been able to use just about every single one. So in the midst of showing off the new STOKE Squad goggle, I want to do a very quick lens lesson that's applicable to honestly any type of lens that you buy, but also help you guys choose what lens is going to be best for you. So when looking at lenses, what you want to look at is something called VLT, visible light transmission. This, similar to window tint, right? It just determines how much light is actually going to be able to go through the lens that you're viewing through. So obviously some are darker than others, right? So the lower that VLT is, let's say you have a goggle or a lens that have a VLT of 10, not a lot of light is going to get through there. So that lens with a lower VLT is going to be best for very sunny days. Conversely, if you're looking for a lens with low light capability, right? We all like skiing, powwow, and storms. You're going to want something with a high VLT, something like up in the 50s. So that's where something like this lens comes in, right? Like a yellow type lens. Zipline now offers HD lenses in addition to just the regular podium lenses. The HD lenses are just a little bit more crisp, and it's able to sort of enunciate different wavelengths of light to kind of boost the areas that we need to be able to see when we're out in the mountains. So if you were to take a HD lens by Zipline and the regular lens, you'll just notice that certain colors and areas and different types of dynamic sort of range and scenes just pop a little bit more to help you see better. So if you want like the utmost clarity, super clear, really easy to see, you want to go for an HD lens. These are all the new HD lenses that are on the STOKE Squad goggle here. So I have a few different ones. You won't really notice a difference like just looking at the lens, but when you look through them, it just lifts up different areas, right? It brings down certain areas, and it's just like an even better filter on your eyes. So when you're out there trying to ski in different conditions, visibility is obviously like one of the most important things. If you can't see, you can't ski. So once you've decided through those like HD or regular, I'm just gonna give you guys 3 lenses that I recommend for the goggles, okay? So let's start on the low end. If you wanna be able to, do I have a microfiber? You always gotta keep a microfiber on you. If you wanna be able to see while you're storm skiing, this lens right here is called Skyburst. I've given this lens tons of praise. I don't know what Chuck did to this, but this lens is miraculous in low light conditions. I think the VLT is around 55. It's kind of this yellow, but also kind of bluish tint to it. And it just has incredible visibility in complete whiteout. So if you need a low light lens, I recommend going with the Skyburst. Now the next lenses I kind of recommend is some sort of like high visibility, right? It's a bluebird day, you know, maybe it's later in the year where the days are a little bit longer, you have more sun, you need something that's gonna have a low VLT, something, I wouldn't recommend going super low, like 5 to 10, because just when you're in the shadows, it can be hard to see, but something 15 to 20 is good, and that's where I like this ice blue one is pretty good. It's, you know, pretty dark. They also make like this, I think it's called passion fruit. It's kind of like a purple, similar VLT, and both of these will do you well in blocking out light and giving you, yeah, more of like that sunglass dark feeling. If you do any type of summer skiing, like when I went to Mammoth a few years ago, you can go with the total blackout. This thing is like 5% VLT. It is very, very dark. I think it looks sick, but the problem with this is it's just so dark if you get in the trees or just even in shadows, like if the sun goes behind the clouds, this lens is tough to see, but I recommend having the low light and then more of like a highlight lens. And then lastly, if you can't afford, you know, 3 lenses, 2 lenses, and you can only get 1 lens, the one that I recommend is a rose lens. This kind of sits in between, right? I mean, it'll give you some sun protection, it'll give you some low light visibility, but it's gonna be like in the middle. It's gonna kind of be around that like 25-ish VLT. So yeah, it's gonna be good at both, but it's not gonna be like absolutely incredible at either. But if you can only afford 1 lens, the rose is kind of my go-to when it's partly cloudy, if I don't know what I'm getting myself into. So between the Skyburst, the rose, and one of those dark lenses, you're really set for any condition. And again, just to show you guys how easy it is, you can just basically squeeze the top of the frame, the lens pops right out. We take another lens, it literally basically installs itself, and now you're good to go. So that easy to change lenses. I've never personally had it where they pop out. I've taken some spills throughout the years and the lens never comes out of the goggle frame. So I guess that is definitely a possibility because it is just magnet, but those are the lenses that I would recommend picking up with your STOKE Squad frame. last but not least, if you do decide to purchase a pair of the goggles, make sure you use the code Lucas at checkout, and this will help save you some extra money. Just a disclaimer on all of this video, I am receiving a commission for the goggles being sold. So if helmet stickers aren't your thing and you want a way to support the channel, purchasing a pair of these goggles does directly just help support what I've done here over the past 5-6 years. It's just a cool way to rep the Stoke Squad brand and be out on the mountain. If you do decide to purchase the goggles, make sure you use the code to save yourself money. Stoke Squad also offers a bunch of different types of poles. Their poles are great. They're all like a carbon graphite composite, Kevlar, like whether you want an adjustable pole, they make a touring adjustable pole, the touring grip. They make more park style poles for half pipe and slope style and all that sort of stuff. They also make ski bags. So if you need a ski bag for your travels, a boot bag, they make sunglasses. So anything you decide to order, use that code Lucas. It'll help save you money at checkout and just help support the channel. So it's kind of like a double whammy. So I'm super stoked to officially announce the Stoke Squad goggles. They are available on ziplineski.com. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything else on the goggle, feel free to shoot me an Instagram DM or drop something in the comments. But it is the goggle I have been using for the past 3 years. It's just now officially has Stoke Squad on it. And so yeah, it's really no different, but just cool to have the Stoke Squad on it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of the goggles. I hope you're as stoked as I am. Thanks for watching, fam, and I'll see you guys in the next one when we're up in Canada. Take it easy, fam. Peace out.